Just wanna see some more.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Jags and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him,
the first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
That'll be caught by Rodgers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
A nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 83 yards and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now Rodgers. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Another carry now for Rodgers. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. This defense for the Jags, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here goes Stroud again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week: 19 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This now a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff running left is Etienne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion! Easy. Read a 24. Read a 54.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Texans offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Stroud looking to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Saunders. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Lisa 24.
Now Lawrence. And this pass caught by Gray. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
11.
Etienne up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Now Thomas will come in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brian Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. Play action. Stroud down. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The throwing again is Stroud. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got it complete to Rodgers. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing now is Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Here's Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Stroud, and Diggs has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Look at the big fella go. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Evan Ingram, 75 yards. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Stroud. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Robin.
Stroud sets up the play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, it's Stroud. Over the middle, it's complete. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll run. It's Rodgers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, ready.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field. But defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Etienne once more, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run with Etienne, and he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Hey, let's go.
Thomas goes in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Houston, it's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Hey, hey, hey.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Able to find Gray here.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 14.
Hey, Lion.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. As Stroud now to throw. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Here's Stroud.
It's complete to Diggs. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Stroud.
Throw complete there. Rodgers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here goes Stroud again.
And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Stroud looking to throw.
That'll be caught by Rodgers. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Texans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Now 1st and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
The extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Lawrence.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy. Route.
On the counter, ETN.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
So Stroud and the Texans down 28-20. A minute 35 to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Pass complete. It's Adams. Now 2nd and 4. Stroud. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brooks. Here's Stroud. They'll get this complete to Collins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Stroud to throw it.
That escapes the sack. Another one caught by Collins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Stroud.
Staying on his, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Stroud back to throw.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Jaguars,
they continue.